Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Tottenham on Tour, the world famous home of Levy Out. I'm joined by two of the brethren. One of the things we have forgotten to do is we've forgotten to change the background. Silly boys last night. What have we been doing?
Well, we did the late show, so we had to have the late show backdrop. There we go.
There we go. That's more like it. We're back. It's the dose. And I'm joined by my brothers, Ryan and Brian. It's the three amigos. Brian, what are you doing tonight, sir? How are you doing?
I'm all good. Thankfully, sorted out the technical issues that I was experienced trying to get onto your show today. Thanks to Brian Island. Thank God. And looking forward to this Thursday short show that we do.
Yeah, it's always great, right? Always great. And Ryan, what's been happening, sir? What's been happening?
Not much. Not much since Monday, the game. Just sit back and enjoying, relaxing on this week where I've had no work due to my knee. So, yeah, hopefully back to work soon. And then, we got Wolves first before I go back to work. But, yeah, it's been a good week.
We're going to leave the Chelsea game because we've been talking about that until we're blue in the face this week, every single one of the shows. So we're going to move forward to Wolverhampton Wanderers on Saturday afternoon. I believe that is a 12:30 kickoff, morning kickoffs again. I am furious. Football is for Saturday at 3:00. No ifs, buts and maybes. And for the last 5 weeks, we've played Monday, Friday, Monday, Saturday at 12:30. Why do we keep on getting these stupid fixtures? Is it because of the aura around Tottenham at the moment that everyone wants to watch us and everyone? What is it, Brian?
Well, there's two reasons. And first of all, 12:30 kickoff for you is a 7:30 kickoff for me, which means getting down to the Scotland Yard for 7:00 in the morning, which, as the weather is starting to turn here in Toronto, waking up to this is not the best, but it will be done. There's two reasons from what I can gather with this, Ben. Is first of all, and the way we've got off to this start, but you've also got to remember, we don't have any European football. So it's very, very easy to just change our fixtures because there's no, we're playing Wednesday, so we can't play Monday or Friday. They can literally, with us and the way that we're playing, just say, right, we want you on TV. There's no fixture pile up. There you go. We can change it. If we'd been in Europe or still in the Carabao Cup, wouldn't be happening, in my opinion.
It's madness, isn't it, Ryan? It's total madness. And a lot of people saying, oh, I quite like a 12:30 kickoff because it means I can get home at a reasonable time because, what is it? It's an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back from Wolverhampton. But it's just like, it's so bad for the fans, right? They're not thinking about Tottenham fans. What is it?
I don't mind it, especially this week. I get to watch Spurs at home because I haven't been able to get myself a ticket as of yet. So at least I get to watch Spurs live on the telly because because it's a live game broadcasted by a legit TV company.
Yeah.
So we all get to
TNT. It's dynamite.
we all get to enjoy a live Spurs game, whether you are there or having to watch from home. 12:30s aren't that bad. Try 8:00 kickoffs on a Monday away from home at, say, Goodison Park or something like that. That's a little bit more challenging.
7:30 at the Scotland Yard in Toronto. At Scotland Yard, the world famous home of Toronto Spurs. 7:30 kickoffs in -40 soon.
Yep, I've done it. Literally, my first North London derby I had here was February the 10th when we were at Wembley. And do you remember Harry Kane scored the headed goal? We won 1-0.
Yep.
It was -28 and snowing.
Yeah.
And I got up, got the bus, got the train. That was I literally, as I was walking to the stations, I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's insane. But we do what we have to do.
Before we get on to the main topics of the show, let's welcome to see who's in the chat. We've got 25 lovely people in the audience. Thank you all for joining on this Thursday evening. We've got Tibor in the house saying, of course we can. 5-1. Right, I like the positivity. We got Jazzy Fusion saying, yeah, not that kind of optimistic. Needed to hang on until January. Now the Eggman will be given every reason to keep financial gunpowder dry. Just have nice things shaking my head. Good to see you, Jazz Fusion. Good to see you. Good to see you. We've got our brother Amir here. Lovely to see you, mate. Hope all is doing well. And he's saying big up to everyone. And come on, you Spurs. Big up, Amir. Big up. We got Andrew Gregory's in the house saying big up the TOT Army. Big up. Time to let the youth loose. Great stuff. We've got Michael Hellman all the way from Singapore. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Hopefully you are well. Good to see you in the chat. Jason from India. Darren D'Souza, good to see you. Colin Cross all the way from Wales. Good to see you, mate. Craig O'Sullivan, I have no idea. But good. Very good
friend of mine. Speak to him on Twitter all the time. Very, very good friend. And thanks for coming in, Craig.
Great stuff. Saying good evening, your wonderful bunch. Remembering a doggy cost us, unfortunately. Now the lack of investment, specifically in the defence, will cost us more. We'll get onto it. We got the sheriffs in the house. The sheriff is here. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Peter Breen, good to see you, mate. Same, go big and go. Donnelly, great stuff. 7:30 with me this week, yeah. 7:30 in the club as well. We've got Blissy, good to see you. Good to see you, Blissy. We've got Fran, lovely to see you, Fran. We got Wilson T. We got Spoogie Susie.
Big up, Susie.
Susie. Thank you so much for the thumbnail. We might need to be texting you about some more things, but we'll get there. We're not going to go all out and ask you for the world, but thank you so much for the thumbnail. It means a lot to us. Dunklestork, good to see you, mate. Good to see you, Dunklestork. And we've got Wayne Bonner as well saying, evening, everyone. The Ange Express meets rolling on. 4-0, the mighty Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Tottenham till I die. Good to see you, everyone. We'll get into it. Will we redeem ourselves versus Wolves? We are very short. We are very, very short indeed at the back, and we've got to really pay attention. What do you do with the team? Because I've come up with a radical idea. Because I think, in my opinion, you cannot play two centre backs that don't know how to play with each other, because that's a recipe for a disaster. So my idea was bringing the 3 under-21 centre-backs up. Bringing Sayers, bringing Phillips, and bringing Dorrington. Bring those 3 up. Have them.
All 3?
Yep, all 3 of them. Bring them into the first team. Bring all 3 of them in. Because although they might not be ready, it's better to play a partnership than it is to play someone that's never played with someone else before. At least there is some sort of synergy and you can build around that. And we'll see. We'll see. What do you think about that, Brian? What do you look about at the Wolves game?
So I have gone opposite of you. We did this yesterday on the Late Show, And I said my defence would be right Porro, left Emerson, centre backs Ashley Phillips and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I don't want Dyer next to Phillips. I want some. Look at what Højbjerg does. Look at his work rate. Look at what he does. He's been the utility man. He's been everywhere. People who watch this channel and see the show will know how big I've been waxing lyrical about Ashley Phillips. We did a show when we signed him, Ben, didn't we? A quick show. He is the build, the height, hasn't got the speed of Van der Ven, but he is a big prospect. And like I said, it's never met a Blackburn fan in my life in England. I've got a very good friend of mine here in Toronto that's a Blackburn fan. And he was telling me, he watches the youth and everything, and he was telling me this guy's coming through and he's going to be the one. And I think as much as I would love to see Dorrington, as much as I'd love to see Sayers, I don't know if that's a huge risk. I get what you're saying. It makes total sense, but it's a huge risk. And also, you've got to remember, it's all breaking that Porro missed training yesterday. I don't know if he's trained today. God knows where that is. So it could be an entirely new back four. And if it is, even if it is with Porro, I think 3 new starts is just a bit too much.
I like Mark Cousins' idea, Brian. I like his idea. King and Dawson at the back. The good old days. King and Dawson at the back. I bet you if Ledley King came into this team, he would still be man of the match and he would still be the best player on the pitch. Bring in Ledley King. What do you reckon, Ryan? Bring in Ledders. We got Ledley at the back.
I actually think Ledders would do a job still now.
We've got Ledley at the back. We've got Ledley. We've got Ledley. We've got Ledley at the back. Big out.
What's your back four, Ryan?
Depending if Porro's not fit. If Porro's not fit, I would go, and we don't have Davis, I would go Emerson left back, Eric Dyer right back, because we originally signed him as a right back, and I would go Dorrington and Phillips as centre backs.
That's disastrous, Ryan. He's got
Give
the
chance. Similar to you. We don't have a right back. We don't have a right back. Unless you put Emerson on the right, but then who'd you put on the left?
Well, there was talk last season with Conte with Becky going right wing. That's right wing back. My bad. That was right wing back. My God, it just goes to show one game how luck can change.
Exactly. This isn't a very good Wolves side. It's quite a toothless Wolves side. So we kind of got lucky with this game in terms of it's this game that pretty much our entire back four is out because Wolves don't score too many goals. They're quite wasteful in front of goal. So we've used up one of our 9 lives pretty much against Wolves away this Saturday, hopefully.
Okay. Colin Cross has got a good point. The last time we bought a centre-back from Blackburn, it was Mike England, and what a legend he was. What a footballer he was. Big up, big up. Stephen saying he agrees with both Brian and myself. Hopefully Ange feels more of the same. Good stuff. Good stuff, Ian. Cheers, Ian.
Big up, Ian.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you.
Well, you've got to look at it. Ashley it was announced very quickly that Ange just pulled Ashley Phillips from the under-21s and called him straight out. Not Alfie Dorrington or anyone like this. And Phillips has been on the bench a couple of times. He was on the bench when me and Ryan were at Burnley, and he has been on the bench for a couple of other games. I really wanted him to come on at Burnley when we were 5-2 up to get a few minutes away as an ex-Blackburn player at Burnley. That could have settled him right down. I think he's good enough. People are going, he's too young, he's not experienced. Japhet Tanganga wasn't. Made his debut under Jose against Liverpool. You had Ledley King. Was nowhere. All right, he started in midfield, made his debut against Liverpool under George Graham. If they're good enough, then play him. And Ashley Phillips has been representing England. All right, you got to remember he played in the Championship, not a lot of games, but that's no easy league.
No, it's a physical league.
And at that position, I honestly put a tweet out when we signed him and said the year's 2029 and Ashley Phillips is leading Spurs out as captain. That's. I'm not going to Alfie Divine levels, believe me, nowhere near that. But this guy is a talent, and we've got an opportunity to see what he can do here.
Great stuff. Great stuff. We got Lisa in the chat. Lisa, Chica, lovely to see her. Lovely to see her. Dunkelstalk is saying, what are our left back options? We've got Doris, the tea lady. We've got Mike, the chef, the burger flipper. We've got Graham Levine, our mate Graham. He can play left back as well.
Give Gareth Bale a call. Anyone?
Yeah, give Graham a call, mate. Graham for left back.
Well, if you look at it right now, it's literally Højbjerg went there for start when he came on, but you're literally looking. We know that Perisic can't do it. I don't even know if Sessegnon's fit, and if he is fit, do you even trust him to come on straight away and get 90 minutes under his belt? Obviously, Reguilon's United. It's down to the youth. It's down to the youth, isn't it? It's really down to the prospects.
It's down to the youth. It's down to them. Yeah, it's a thing. Ian saying afternoon all, big up Ian. Afternoon all. This was meant to be the first step of many in a project. It could be a total disaster, but who knows? It could be. It could be. I play Royale at right back and Doris the tea lady at left back. Yeah, damn right. Damn right.
Is there any update on Davies? Do we even know if he's training, if he's fit, if he's whatever? Is there any news?
No idea, mate.
Give it a
Mark's
quick check.
also saying take Ledley King off at half time and put on Gary Mabbott for the second half.
If only we could go back and bring people back from their prime. If only.
Famous last words. I agree. Yep, I agree. I agree. Play the 1-1-8 formation. What's blowing your mind, Brian? What's blowing your mind?
The fact that we don't have any left backs.
Well, do you know what? This is the thing. Like I went on the debate show on We Are Tottenham TV yesterday, and I said, do you know what? Now, whilst we're trying to get through this defensive curse at the moment, or this defensive lack of strength, this is the time that the attack have got to step up. If you look at it, we've created like 20 attempts on goal every single game, pretty much. Yeah. And our defence has been solid for most of the games and seen us through and been a barrier and been a rock.
Yeah.
And then we've been able to take the opportunities. Well, now the attack needs to be more ruthless. It needs to be more clinical. More than Son needs to start contributing and take some of the heat off this defence for at least the next 3 games till Romero's back.
Got to score some goals. Got to score some goals. We got a super chat from Hemorrhoid Hurts. They most certainly do. They most certainly do. Hemorrhoid is saying, I've been away, lads. What did I miss? Nothing much, mate. Nothing much indeed. But thank you so much for the super chat. Really helps us out a lot. If you've got any questions for the three of us, we can make this a somewhat an Ask Us Anything as well.
Yeah.
You got any questions? Just in the comments. @TOT, and we will get to your questions as soon as possible. And we'll have fun with this because this is it's the dose. We're here to chill out, have a chill out, talk with mates, and enjoy it with you guys. We've got Royale. Yeah, he's answering your question, Ryan. Any news on Maddison? I've not heard it. Literally, have not heard anything.
Right.
Heard anything.
Nothing on Maddison. Just he wasn't available. He's been called up to the England squads. Take that with a pinch of salt because there's been previous internationals with other clubs where they've gone on international duty and then they've withdrawn. Personally, I think Spurs should not allow him to go on international duty just to wrap him from Cornwall. So we shall see.
Yeah. No way in hell is that happening, Colin. If Joe Rodon is the answer to what is the question? What is the question? No.
So I have to say I've got a very good friend who's a Leeds fan back home, and literally when they approached him, he said to me, "What's he like?" And I said, "Listen, there may be a talent there, maybe Championship's his level, but he's got an error in him. He's got a ricket in him. He hasn't been given a consistent run of games at Tottenham. And I said, be careful. And then literally he is messaging me pretty much after every game saying, thank you for Joe Rodon. Thank you for Joe Rodon. Thank you. He has sorted that. He's doing incredible for Leeds. He really, really is. Hopefully they'll take the option to buy him.
Premier League, O'Brien. The moment
Of course.
he goes back to that. But if he's doing well, he's doing well. Cess is available. Yeah, he's never available. When do you go? Let's have when is Sessegnon ever going to be available? I'm going to say the 114th of August, 2152.
But this is the thing with Seth. Even when he is available, can Ange not trust him as a player?
Yeah.
Can Ange trust his with the amount of work he asks his fullbacks to do? Can you trust Sessegnon? The last time I saw him live is when the day I landed back from here, and me, Ryan, and a few people were up at Nottingham Forest, and he was abysmal.
Yeah,
he was absolutely shocking, and then he went off, funnily enough, with a hamstring. I just don't think we can trust him. Or as Ken
fixes the issue, right? He's apparently his issue is actually fixed now.
Well, maybe we'll see.
We'll wait and see, right?
Yeah.
We'll wait and see. Do we at least have a left back in the academy? We have to.
Wally Sayers.
Yeah, Sayers. Play Lita in defence. Okay. Can Lita do a job at centre back?
She'd certainly do a job for me. That's for damn sure.
Damn right. Can't recall anyone until Jan yet. We can't. Big up Ben, Brian.
Yeah, sure.
Big up Stu boy. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Question: how many minutes more does Feliz Navidad see now? We don't know. We really don't know.
Well, maybe a bit more now that Richarlison's obviously out for a bit. Was Feliz even on the bench for Chelsea?
No,
can't remember.
He wasn't. He wasn't even on the bench. Alice.
Well, he's going to have to get some minutes shortly because if he's going to, at the moment, be the replacement for Son when he goes away,
yeah,
he needs to start getting some minutes.
We've got so many problems in January. We've got so many problems coming. That's 6 points for the rest of November mean Anne should be nominated for manager of the month?
No.
Frankly, I don't care anymore. He's like, focus on winning football matches. Let's win some football matches.
Correct.
Ryan has got a question. I don't know why he didn't just ask it, but CM Punk or Randy Orton for a comeback of Survivor Series. What type of question is that, Ryan? You're on the bloody show. You're on the show.
Anything.
You're on the show. You could have asked the question. You're literally right there. Like literally.
I thought I'd join in the comments.
Literally, you're here. I could have done that.
Just stop. Let's just make the show about me, okay?
Nah, I'd rather do this.
You want to take over the show?
I'd rather do that.
It would be chaos, Brian. It would be chaos.
It would be chaos.
Yep.
All good, lads. We're bringing back Tanganga as soon as there's no money in Jack. Yeah, that screams it, doesn't it?
Do you know what? I even forgot. Of all the loans, I completely forgot about him. I can't even remember where he is, if he's playing.
Augsburg, and he's currently injured.
Yeah. Again.
Shocking.
Shocking.
And
I reckon it's possible to go to 4-3-3 and have an extra midfielder, more attacking front three. Could do. Yes. Championship is his level. We are in trouble. When David, yep. If that's the same formation, I reckon you guys got it spot on in the early show. Maybe. Lita always had the certain edge to her game.
Look at the wrestling puns.
I like it. Is Richie injured? Yes, he's going for surgery on his.
He's had it. He's had it. Spurs confirmed it today. He's had the surgery.
So he will be.
But it does say he's only going to be out for weeks, so it could be back by the new year. I'm going to guess.
What's the injury?
Pelvis.
He's been having too much fun then, hasn't he?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what he's been up to?
Everyone's answering the question. Yes, Dunkel, a pubic bone surgery. Don't laugh. Fran is asking a good question. TOT, is Vicario the signing of the summer?
Listen, I Ryan will always point to me, even though I've said that I got this up wrong 1 billion%, like completely, totally, and utterly. I said it again last night on the Late Show. I think if you go across the Premier League and look at value for money, yeah, people will say Maddison, but we all knew Maddison. I think 17 million for Vicario was the bargain of the entire Premiership window. I can't remember every single transfer that was made. Obviously, you could say Maddison for 40 million, 30 million if you count Winksy going that way. But Vicario, and I keep saying this, you look at it, Manchester United went through keeper after keeper to replace Schmeichel, Van der Sar, De Gea. We'll see what Onana does. When the filth got rid of Seaman, Lehman, look what they're going through. Chelsea with Czech, look what they've gone through. We have hit the bullseye at the first attempt.
Yeah.
Like, I've been saying beforehand, I wouldn't swap. The only goalkeeper in the Premier League I was swapping for was Alisson.
Yeah.
But after Chelsea, I would even swap Alisson for him. He is incredible. He is absolutely unbelievable.
Is he the signing of the summer for us? I still think Maddison is, because I absolutely adore Maddison. But the three boys they've brought in, Van der Ven, I know he's injured now, but Vicario and Maddison, those are three bonkersly good signings. What does everyone think? Everyone in chat, answer Fran's question. Is Vicario the signing of the summer?
I still say Van der Ven. But
Vicario.
There we go. We've each gone for one each. It is such a tough call. It is. Yeah, it's such a tough call. But how incredible for one window, big up audio, for one window that we can say which one was the signing of the season.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Wayne is saying Hill and Johnson would be my choice. Up front with Son. The pace alone would leave Wolves needing a psychiatrist. Maybe. But the problem is Brian Hill makes me look fat, and I am not the fattest bloke in the world. He makes me look fat.
Go on, sorry, Ben, you finish.
A lot of people say, well, Modric was really skinny, but Modric was not that skinny. He was a bit lightweight, but Harry Redknapp moved him out to the left to play as a winger. And then when he bulked up a bit and put a bit more muscle in, he put him in the midfield with Sam in the middle.
So basically,
he can be blown over by a gust of wind.
Well, you say that against Wolves a couple of years ago, the Carabao Cup, he took on Adama Traore and stuffed him out of the game. But I said yesterday, if Maddison isn't fit for Wolves, I want Kulu in Maddison's position and that exact forward line that Wayne Bonner's just said.
That works. I think so. What do you think, Ryan?
You just mentioned Modric, and I just got flashbacks to that amazing season Modric and Scott Parker had in the middle with season. Now that was a midfield too.
Yeah, great midfield too.
Both not the biggest, but terriers on the ball. Absolute terriers.
Colin Cross played Fraser Forster in goal and played Big Vic at the back because he'd done it all Monday.
He did. He was goalkeeper of the match, player of the match, defender of the match. He was just sensational.
Sky Sports gave him a rating of 8 out of 10, and he conceded 4 goals. That should tell you a lot. Unbelievable performance.
I gave him a 10. He weren't at fault for any of the goals. It was an incredible performance by him.
You can't rate a 10 for someone that's conceded 4. That's just my opinion. Whether he's
yes, I can.
He can do what he wants, mate. He can do what he wants.
Damn right.
Yeah. How dare you, Ryan? How very dare you?
He was sensational.
So you honestly think he was sensational?
Yeah.
He does not matter what you think.
Listen,
He got
listen,
you, Brian. He got
listen. The goals, none of them were his fault.
Yeah.
Not one of them. Almost got the penalty. His coming out from the back. He showed me another thing. Hugo Lloris came as a sweeper keeper to do exactly that. I didn't see or no. We saw Vicario against Brentford come out a few times, and sometimes his timing was wrong. But every time he came out against Chelsea, he got it absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on. And there's no more he could have done. No more he could have done.
Yeah. Great stuff. We've got Kimber.
Big up, darling.
Kimber saying, yes, he is signing of the season. And of course, this is Kim. So if you disagree with her, she will send the murder cannons at you. So everyone agree with Kim. We're all going to die.
Kim.
Wow, I was serious. I've been away in the bush with no internet. Just saw the score. I have some catching up to do. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. You've got some catching up to do. Big time pickups. Yep. Yes. Van de Ven is signing for the summer, but Vicario is an absolute biggest bargain. Yep. Absolutely okay for all three of them. Stuart's saying, Brian, you're not the only one to get Vicario wrong. I reckon he has got to be one of the best in the world. I think so. I think he's an absolute monster. I think he's so bloody good. And like duck to water.
Big time. Big time. He has come in. Obviously, I didn't know when we signed him how good his English was, which is a huge help. And then a friend of the channel, James Flower, when he went to the Shakhtar Donetsk game, said all he could hear was Vicario shouting and communicating and telling everyone what to do. And you see his reactions when we score, like the Sheffield United when he ran the pitch, Liverpool when he drops to his knees, and then when he said this was the only club I would have signed in blood and would have walked. He just gets it, and he's only going to get better.
Damn right.
Just the way every one of our signings have settled in, minus probably Velis because he hasn't had the game time, but all of them have just settled in brilliantly, which is great.
Yeah.
So that's positive. So no one's actually had, like I always say, give a signing maximum 2 years, 1 year to settle, and then you've got to deliver in your second year. But to see them settle in after just 2 months, 3 months, it's been brilliant. It's great.
Incredible.
Matthew Martin has got a very interesting question. People in the chat, please answer this as well. Would you take a chance on Jadon Sancho from Manchester United if he's out of favour?
Nope.
Yes.
Well, listen. What? This is a bit I don't get. So, Kane goes to Germany. It's a farmers' league. But now we want Sancho, and people will say, "Well, he had a good few years at Borussia Dortmund and did well there. We should get him." I don't get it. So, if Kane goes there, it's a farmers' league. But a player comes here and it's not working out. He was good in that farmers' league, and he had discipline problems at Dortmund. He's had obviously discipline problems here, and I just don't see it. In my opinion, I think we can get better players, and hell no. But Brian, why are you a yes?
Straight loan, nothing else. Let's get the boy back. I can see it a bit like the Jesse Lingard scenario when he went on loan to West Ham, where just 6 months worth of football and he could get his confidence back, shooting straight up and banging in goals. We don't know how vital those goals or assists could be. I'd rather have an option like Jadon Sancho off the bench or starting in January because we've lost Son. We're going to lose. Just adds extra depth that we need. I think as a straight loan with United covering half the wages, or 60% of the wages, it is a no-brainer for me. Just a straight loan, nothing else.
Great stuff.
What about you, Ben?
I would take a chance of him if he was less than £20 million. That's
as a permanent deal.
I would take him as a loan for an option to buy him for £20 million. We got to see if we can get his attitude right. because his attitude it stinks. Apparently it's awful.
Homegrown as well.
I just don't see it working. I do not see it working. I think he was a great player at Dortmund, but I think he's got too big for his boots. I think he's got too big. I don't know if there's something mentally going wrong there with the way he's been treated and settling into life back in London, but I don't know.
What's the chat saying?
Let's have a look. Haz is saying no to Sancho. Jazz is saying no Psycho on 350k a week. No from Chris Agenbar, the number one Agenbar in the world. Kim is saying, I've been totally unconvinced by Mr. Sancho. And you know she's serious when she writes. She dissected him like in a really posh way. I'm unconvinced by you, Mr. Sancho.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
No to Sancho comes with baggage.
I just see Jesse Lingard at West Ham vibes if we go and get Sancho. I really do. I don't know why. I see him having a good 6 month spell if we just take him on loan.
It's Bobby K.
Big up, Bobby, brother.
Bobby K.
But I don't. Do we actually need to go and buy a winger though?
Yes.
We need centre backs. It's back, Brian. Our centres. We need defenders.
Defenders, sign bloody defenders. Yeah.
We need a winger to cover Kulu, and he can play on both sides. He plays on the right, by the way.
Brennan Johnson.
He plays on the left, Brennan Johnson.
But Brennan Johnson plays on the right for Forest and for Wales. He's better on the right.
Okay, then we need him on the left because Rich is out injured. So all we've got is Brennan and Kulu. We do need another winger. We need a winger. We need a centre mid, and we need a defender.
Haz is just reiterating what I said. Big up, Haz. Hopefully you're doing well, buddy.
And a striker.
And a left back.
And a left back, and a right back, and a new
chairman. Yes, we're gonna do all that in January.
No, but if we can get a couple of loan deals and one permanent deal, I'll be quite happy with that window if it happens early on. I'm same as you, as long as they're in January, because we've got the cup, we've got the injuries at the moment. If it is as bad as what the talk is with Van der Ven, we're not going to see him till the beginning of the year, maybe middle to late January. And we've also then got the players who are going on international duty, like Son, like Basuma, like Sarr. Those I want 3 in the first week 10 days.
That's what I want as well. But
we should be planning now. We've Scott Mann has sorted out everything. He's sorted out who he wants to be the scouts. They should be already planning, asking Ange which positions you want filled, going out, scouting the players that best suit them, and showing the paperwork. Come 10 days to Ange. These are the players we've worked on. Have 3 or 4 players for the set position. Go, which one do you want? Who's your second option? We guarantee you will be bringing you in at least the second option. Yeah. And it should be that simple. There should be no ifs, buts, qualms, maybes, money. It should be done and sorted so Ange has the best chance for the second half of the season. And that's
correct.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. But yeah, it's an interesting one because we need about an entire new team. We need an entire new team with the injuries we've got already. We talked about this. I was happily given the nickname of Eeyore in the summer because I knew this would happen. And it turns out that Eeyore was correct. Because Eeyore is always correct. Big up to Eeyore. It's correct, right? We knew this was going. I know it's hindsight now, but we all predicted it, didn't we?
But what you got to look at as well, Ben. We all talk about incomings. There needs to be outgoings.
Yeah.
There needs to be outgoings, and I just can't see. Pierre maybe, but I pray to God that he doesn't. I don't think we can afford for him to go till the summer, but he may want more playing time. I can't see, and Ndombele could be bloody well coming back and hopefully rip off his contract. I can't see players.
Is Dyer a potential sale? I mean, especially because of the game time he will be getting now.
Well, he has said he wants to leave in the end of the season.
But if a club comes in, let's say if a Bournemouth come in for him, or an Everton, let's say they have a few injuries. He knows Everton well. He's played there before, and let's say he's played well and he's available for say 6-7 million. Are Everton going to turn down if they're in a issue near the bottom, a Premier League proven player?
Great shout. Yeah, but will Dyer want to go? That's the question. It's all well having a bit accepted. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see.
We're definitely going to have to wait and see. It's a very strange one because no one's going to want to come into a team knowing they're going to be second choice, but we don't want second choice. We need people that are going to challenge the first team. We can't have Basuma start getting.
You just promise them squad rotation. That's what you got to do. Everyone has 2 or 3 games and they come out. You look at City, Foden. He doesn't start every game. He comes in. They've got winning record. Haaland just subbed at half time. Grealish has time out the side. The only certain starters that are pretty much glued in every single game at Man City are Rodri and De Bruyne and Ederson. But when they're fit, obviously De Bruyne is not fit at the moment. But you look at it. You look at Grealish doesn't start. Foden doesn't start. Who's the one that they signed this summer? The quick, pacey winger.
Doku, mate, he is sensational.
Doku doesn't play every game. Even the 4 centre backs, they're pretty much set in stone. But Rico Lewis comes in for the odd game to replace Walker.
He's quality.
It's not sat in stone that every single one of them play.
Mate, that Doku he's incredible.
And very good with a lightsaber as well.
Mate, honestly, I saw a stat that he came on for the final 10 minutes of Man City's Champions League game, and in that final 10 minutes, he had the most dribbles and successful dribbles. He tore Bournemouth apart. He is such a find. He's incredible. He's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, Dooku's very good with a lightsaber. Yeah, it's upsetting that neither of you two got that reference. But
if you're talking Star Wars, and you know my feelings towards that movie franchise, so yeah, right over my head.
Mark Cousins is saying, sub to me. Yes, I lost another subscriber today. I'm 4 people away from hitting 600 subscribers on the coffee company. So if you have
name and shame.
Yeah, I can't take name and shame, mate. I don't know who they are because it just doesn't say. But if you are around and you haven't subscribed to the coffee company, you just hit that link and it will go straight to my page, and then it doesn't even have to end the stream. So please, if you can, sub to me. It would really help me out, get to 600. And yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheriff. But what are our thoughts about Saturday? Are we nervous? Are we feeling good about the game? What's the feelings around, boys? Go when you want to.
Go on, Ryan, you go first.
Very relaxed. I do expect us to bounce back, mainly because Wolves, touch wood, are quite toothless. There's no Neto. Only the I'm going to do the Pep Guardiola phrase because his name's gone completely out my head. The Asian striker.
Huang.
He's going to be dangerous. He is one of their main threats. Other than that, obviously they lost at Sheffield United, so they're going to need a response. But I am fairly confident, and I do feel the next 2 games are vital. We need to bounce back and take 6 points going into Man City. We don't want to be going into that game with a draw and then a loss to Villa or 3 defeats on the spin. We need to bounce back and build up that momentum going into City, because who knows? I mean, on paper, I know it's a few weeks in advance. We don't know who's going to be fit, who's not, who's going to be suspended, who's not. But us against City, we do know the game's not played on paper. If it was, we'd get battered every single time. But we just have this crazy juju over City. So if we can go into there with some kind of form, who knows what we can do at the Etihad.
Well, let's just say, when we lost to Fulham, we went up to Burnley, and obviously there was huge changes, and the team went and got the job done, and that was the first team that got the job done. This is the proper first, okay, what we made of bounce back in the Premier League, and we are going to have to do it depleted through injury, suspensions, whichever way you look at it. Wolves is not the best of places for us. It's really, really not. We crumbled there last year. I think the last time we won, Brian, when Jan Vertonghen and Super Jan scored that header in the last minute. I know we won in the cup, but I mean in the Premier League.
We won in Nuno's first game in charge, the Dele Alli penalty.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, so that it's just a hard place, and thank God Neto's out. Yeah. Thank God that guy. Do you know what? I'll take Neto over Sancho every single day of the week. Every single day of the week.
Problem is, Brian, he's injured.
Yeah, I know, and he gets injured a bit, but that is a player I would take. That is, without a doubt, even if it was 20, 30 million more than Sancho, I'm not saying it would be, but if it was, that's the guy. He's a huge loss for them. He is a massive loss. We've just going to have to weather the storm. And like I said, this is where our attack needs to help the defence out and say, okay, we were creating God knows how many chances averagely per game.
Yeah,
we're going to need to take them.
Ruthless in front of goal.
Yeah, we need to take. Go on.
I want Juan He-Chan at top. I love Juan He-Chan. He is an absolute monster. I think he's so black. I would love to have him and Son up front. They're so quick. I want them two up front. They're my guys. Get Juan He-Chan. I've been saying it all over the place. And
but what I would say with that very quickly, if you do that, let's just say we did. We've spent this summer kind of clearing the roadblocks out for the pathway for the youngsters to come through.
Yeah.
If you've got Valise, you've got Scarlett, you've got, if he does need to play there, Richarlison when he comes back, that's another roadblock, surely.
But you need players that are going to play though, Brian. You can't just shove them in. And this guy, look, 6 goals, 2 assists as a striker. I think that's phenomenal. That's a guy.
No, he's a good player. He is a good player. No doubt about that. There you go.
Get them both in.
There we go. Ryan, would you take him?
No, not particularly. I think that's probably his level at Wolves. I don't see him or any other big club coming in to take it the next step. I think he's comfortable where he's at Wolves. The one I would have taken, but obviously he's just signed a new deal, is Eze.
He's 80 million quid. He's 80
million.
Yeah. He's probably doubled it, but I would be very surprised if there's not a release clause in that contract. Let's be real, probably a 70 or 80 million pound release clause. But yeah, look, Hwang Lee-Chan will be a handful. You know, he's very dynamic. He's quick. He's direct. Knows where the goal is. Good in the air. Good on both feet. So he's going to be a challenge. So whoever is playing at centre back on Saturday will have a job to do. But am I fearing going to Molineux? Not particularly. I think our form's better than theirs. We've just got to show up and show that we can bounce back from a defeat. Because as we said, this is the learning curve. You don't learn when you're winning. You learn when you're losing.
I'll tell you what, Peter Breen has put the guy I would love to go for. Not in January, it just won't happen. But a couple of comments down, Peter Breen has just put I would love him. I would love him more than Tony. Yeah, I'm not saying now that's the guy I think we've got. That's the guy I would love us to pay very, very close to. I would love him at Tottenham. Absolutely love him.
You know where he's going to go?
Go on, right?
The minute Haaland goes to Real Madrid, that's who City are going to sign.
Well, let's hope we can get there before him.
Get in Kyogo and Juan He-Chan. Those are my 2 guys.
We need defenders
as well. But we're talking forwards at the moment. We're talking forwards.
We need defenders.
Gary O'Neill's, yeah, I'm shocked that Bournemouth got rid of him. I'm shocked.
Same.
He's a decent manager, he is. He knows what he's doing.
He's been very unlucky with decisions at Wolves as well. Very unlucky. Yeah. And they're under FFP and their chairman. Yeah, I'm not going to get into chairman. but that
Yeah.
he's had to work on. I'm very impressed with him.
Yeah, and if
Very.
there's any manager, and I'm calling out Arteta on this, if there's any manager that has a right to go and demand and sit there with a list of horrendous decisions that have gone against them just this season,
Gary O'Neill.
It's Gary O'Neill from Wolves.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Mark. Edwards has apparently started coming up again now. I saw people talking about the 25% off or 25. I'm sure we gave that up as part of the Porro deal. There are journalists reporting that we've got the 25% or whatever the percentage was, but I am sure that got written off as part of the Porro negotiations. I just can't see Marcus Edwards coming back.
I like this comment from Michael. Michael said, "Ange said I'm sure he listens to podcasts, and one of which he mentioned about you have to suffer to be out." Imagine Ange Postecoglou listens to Tottenham on tour. That would be absolutely hilarious. It's like, you know what, mate? I like that guy Ryan that comes on once in a while. He comes in, he talks only about wrestling, and he don't talk about football, mate. It's my guy.
Well, if he's watching anything, surely it's going to be Ange management.
Oh, he definitely is watching Ange management. He really just wants to know about the fruit flies. He wants to know about the fruit flies. The fruit fly.
Klopp's going to be asking for a rematch in the Europa League. Liverpool currently 3-1 down against Toulouse.
Are they?
Yeah, they're losing 3-1.
It's
Toulouse 3-1. 3-1 Toulouse.
It's literally in their name, Toulouse.
To lose or not to lose?
Well, clearly not. No,
I'm so happy they're losing. I'm so happy.
And Brighton
but that's the thing. No, that's what Steve's saying. If we brought in the Wolves guy, he's they're gone. They're gone immediately. So that's actually a really good point.
We've got a few players. Damn. But it's a thing. It's a thing. It's always news. If Wolves go in defensive this Saturday, that has gone out the window now. Their plan will now to be more offensive, which will help us out, I think.
Yeah, it could, either or. Yeah, either or.
O'Neill is not in the club. No breaks for you, Gary. Yeah, no breaks. I think Edwards was 50%, and I think it's been renegotiated to 25%.
Maybe that's what it was, because I know that was definitely some part of it.
I don't want Marcus Edwards. I don't think he's it.
Neither do I.
There's a certain boy at Port Vale that is night and day above him, head and shoulders above him. Yeah. And also I can never say his name. His midfield partner at Sporting.
Ugarte.
No, not him. There's another one.
Isn't he?
There's another one. I cannot remember his name, but I like the looks of him more. I like the looks of him a lot more. But then it will come down to money, and then I'm
move away.
Yeah,
let's just move away.
I'm trying not to rant. It's not the time to rant yet.
No, especially because we've only got 7 minutes left of the show. But middle of the pitch, not so good. Yeah, we don't need any midfielders at the moment. We don't need midfielders currently. We need creative players going forward, and we need defenders. That's what we need.
Yeah, agreed.
Hemorrhoid is saying there are always times that Ange style goes arse up. Big deal. It will happen again. It's the injuries on a thin squad. That's the issue. Now I understand a little bit. I have a day of watching. Yep. Good stuff. Always comes down to that, Brian. Yep, always comes down to that.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. What you've got to remember right now is, and I know there's a lot of them in here right now, because of Ange, obviously we have got a much bigger Australian audience that are A, supporting the club, or B, watching the club a lot closer than they ever used to. So them hearing everything about our chairman and how we do things and how we operate is going to be new to them. So
they're all when like, I can sort him out. No, he won't, mate. No, he won't.
You're in for a treat or a shock when January opens up. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. Ange just come out and said, "I want them early. I want them early." He even came out and said, "I don't need to have the same relationship as Poch. I just need them to trust me."
Yeah.
He's firing the shots, but in a very, very amicable and diplomatic way.
Yeah.
And then we'll see.
It's if Jose Mourinho, one of the greatest managers of all time, couldn't get anything out of Levy, and Antonio Conte, who's one of the best managers of the modern era in terms of success, can't get anything out of him. A relatively new manager in the scene of Ange Postecoglou. Yes, he's been around the block a long time. He's 59 years of age. He's been everywhere. He's not going to get anything out of him. Harry Redknapp didn't get anything out of him. This is a chairman that is a brick wall. Not the mustard wall on time added on. A brick wall. He is a full-blown brick wall. And it's gonna take a lot of chiseling to break that wall down. It's going to take a lot of chiseling. So hopefully he sticks with him. Ange is saying all the right things. And I believe in the bloke. We all believe in him. We just need him to be given the right tools for the job. And I think he'll do bits.
You're spot on.
Yeah. Look, backups for Romero and Van der Ven. That's an area that may be fatigued with the high line tactic. Yeah, you're right, Michael. You're absolutely right. Do you not think players will want to come and play for us now that Ange plays the game? Maybe. Yeah. But there are other teams that also need players. We're still in a total and utter psychological, philosophical, and fundamental breakdown of the football side. And it's going to take a year to get that philosophy into the football team, because Tottenham Hotspur is how old is Tottenham Hotspur? 130 year old business.
1882, 1982 is 100. I'm not doing the maths. It's
241.
There we go.
It's a 140-year-old business. Things do not change like that in a business that's been there for over a century. It's going to take time for that philosophical breakdown. So we're going to get there. But what we need to keep calm and let him do his work. But it also means Levy needs to get his hand in his pocket and actually listen to his employees for a change and see what they do. Mark is saying Ange will give Levy the rock bottom. I hope he does.
Oh, I would love to see that.
People's elbow.
People's elbow. I love it.
Would be magnificent.
Jeffrey Mann is saying, Peter, players are coming to us looking forward to playing a high line with 9 men. That's our selling point going forward. Players want to play for a team that's playing well, and most importantly, they want to be playing for a team that pays them good money for a decent amount of contract. If, let's say, we're going for a player and we're offering him, let's say, 100 grand a week. If Chelsea come in for the same player and offer him 200 grand a week and an 8-year contract, they're going to Chelsea. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yep. As much as you can say philosophy.
And that we won't hold Levy accountable for.
Correct.
Success. Football is a job. It is a job at the end of the day. And players are looking, they've only got a short career. It's a 20-year career if they're playing from 18 to 38, whatever it is. They're going to take the money. Footballers are mercenaries, so we need to start offering players proper money.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally and utterly agreed, buddy.
And that's all down to the chairman. It's all down to the chairman to give them a decent package of what he wants going forward. And then Ange can work his magic with the philosophy and the club and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's all upwards of economics. But we are actually going to end the show there. Thank you all for watching today's show. It's been a really good one. The Dose is going to be a very important show going forward in the next month. We're about to record an announcement video that we're going to be pushing out tomorrow after Cockle-Doodle-Doo. So everyone join. For firstly, Cockle-Doodle-Doo tomorrow at 9 a.m. with myself, the Cough, from my coffee studio. And you can join us all there. But yeah, we have an announcement with our little festive season-y thing that we're all going to have a lot of fun. We're all going to have fun. But Brian, when can we next find you, Aki?
So obviously they'll see me if I don't sleep like I haven't been. I might be on Cockle Doodle Doo. They'll definitely see me on afterwards for the announcement video. Saturday, obviously we have got Wolves, so it will be my reaction and Ryan's reaction after the game.
Yeah.
And then Sunday will be the return of Andrew Management with me and Johnny.
Great stuff. Great stuff. And Ryan, when can we next find you on Tottenham on Tour?
Possibly tomorrow morning if I'm awake. Because I've not slept well. I've been up since 2-3 o'clock throughout this entire week. My sleep schedule's ruined. I'm not going to the game at Wolves as of yet. So if anyone has a spare ticket, please message me on Twitter, Ryan Levy out 14. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If I'm not going to the game, obviously I'll just do my match reaction from home, which will be a little bit different. Other than that, I'll see you when I see you.
Great
there we go.
Stuff. And another reminder to please subscribe to The Coffee Company. We are live tomorrow at 2 p.m. with Kim and Rez. Hopefully, if they get there on time, we will be there with your usual mental health and chill streams. We are one person away from 600. So if you've not subbed, please sub and get me over that 600 barrier. It would really mean a lot to us. So the link is there. We don't even have to do it. But we will be redirecting to Shelfside Spurs show right now. So everyone stay in your seats. Thank you all so much for watching today's show. And join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. for Cockle Doodle Doo. And as always, let's cue the thing. Let's cue the thing. Where is it? And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing. And
Ryan, go Ryan. Ryan, your slogan.
Oh, you go
What
first.
The team, not the regime, as I always say.
And
as always, Levy out.
If it will bloody play it, then.